Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. I'm your host, Chris Tysis, and we're here to talk about the closing of the 3DS and Wii U eShop. Now, of course, I'm a little bit late with this. We have talked about it in the past, and there's probably been a million videos by YouTubers and article writers about this and what it all means and stuff like that. So I thought, I'll take my time to think about it and wait for it to all officially shut down. And I think it's a bit of a shame about this because you are losing out potentially in thousands of games that you can't buy from anywhere else. I think that's the major downside of it. And sure, you can keep it on your consoles, but you know what? Consoles don't last forever. You can have accidents. You could drop your 3DS and it breaks in half, and there goes all your digital games, for example. And this is why, in my own opinion, hopefully Nintendo is not listening, is piracy is okay if you can't buy the games online, or if the cost of the physical games are absolutely through the roof. You've seen some of the games for N64 games and GameCube and certain Nintendo games where the price is just absolutely insane, and you would not buy it for that much. So that's one of the issues that I've found with the ending of these stores. Now it's been done. The other thing is video game preservation. There are some people that will go on and say, "Oh, but you know, there are places like limited run games that do that. You know, they help with preserving games and making them physical." No, that is an incorrect thought or opinion. All they're doing is creating a market for collectors to collect physical games. There's only about maybe 500 games that are 500 physical games that are made for it, or 1,000. And you watch out, the prices of those Switch games that come out as physical in the next 5, 10, or 20 years is going to be really high. They're going to be into the hundreds. And there are scalpers. There are people that will buy those type of games and keep them in mint condition and sell them later on. So they're not an option. So in a nutshell, I think Nintendo and the other companies have never been very good with preservation of games and keeping them around forever. Maybe there should be some sort of law or something, I don't know, introduced somewhere where you can preserve these games in a museum or something like that. You know, here in Australia, we have the National Film Archive, where they have copies of art and films that makes a cultural difference or cultural significance to Australia. Could there be something like that for video games? Or with the National Library of Australia, where every book needs to have a copy in that library for preservation's sake, right? Could there be something like that for video games? Who knows? Who knows? But I don't own a 3DS or Wii U, so I'm not hugely affected by it, and I would probably just download it online or something like that, or buy a physical copy of them. But it is sad to see when stores close down, and the question is going to be what's going to happen to the Switch eShop in the next 5 to 10 years, because will that shut down or will be carried over to the next generation of Switch consoles? We don't know. This is the thing. So it makes it very hard. And some people say, "Oh, just get physical games," but sometimes there's no physical version of it. It's an indie game or a cheaper game like that. So it makes it really hard to have a all-in-one physical collection. And some people just like digital games. Like, I live in a unit, you know. I can't afford to have bookcases and bookcases of video games because I just don't have the bloody space for it, too. And plus, you add consoles to it, and accessories and merchandise, and you end up having, more than one room filled with video games. And, especially when you're buying hundreds of games from not just one console, but from many different consoles if you're a collector, that's a lot of space to put somewhere, especially if you've got limited space or you got a family with a bunch of kids, it makes it difficult. So I think in the end, there has to be some sort of way preserving video games. But maybe someone in the comments section might have an answer for that. But I think it's a bit sad to see them go. I did enjoy my time with the 3DS, and yeah, even the Wii U at times when it had its moments. But yeah, it is a shame that it's come to an end. But we'll see what will happen with the Nintendo Switch, what its future is like in the next 5 to 10 years. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about this topic and what do you think the future of digital games will be like. So that is it for me. I'll see you next time.